Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of AWS Mastery course. In this session, we are going to learn about the auto scaling, or we can say we are going to learn about the EC2 auto scaling. Or in this session, we are going to learn about the auto scaling groups and all. Basically, we are going to learn like how we can scale up our instances automatically. So all these things we are going to learn in a very practical and detailed manner in this session. So now let's start the session. So now let's understand about auto scaling. What is auto scaling? Auto scaling is a kind of thing like whenever we require EC2 instances, so we can actually adjust the number of these instances like as per our need. Okay, so as the word itself defining everything like auto scaling, so wherever there is a need, automatically you can scale up or scale down your EC2, like number of your EC2 instances, okay, based on the demand or the requirement you are having. So the key benefits is cost benefits, like cost efficiency means you can automatically scale up and scale down. Like if you're having very high traffic, or if you need very high computation, you can scale up the number of instances, and but when you don't have anything, you can scale down the things. Okay, but when you're doing everything like automatically, so you don't have to worry about anything, then we can say like when everything is going automatically, so in that particular scenario we can understand like the cost is going to be optimized, and it will provide cost efficiency. And then we are having high availability and performance optimization. So like everything is happening automatically. Okay, means we have just created something, we have just created some templates or something like that, and as per that, or I can say according to that, everything is actually happening. Okay, means whatever the instances you are making, and or I can say you are creating, these instances are available. Okay, and the performance, basically AWS is known for its performance. Okay, so whatever the service you are using in AWS, that particular service is going to be very much high performing. Okay, so when you are adding lots of instances, so we can say like you can optimize the performance as per the need. So let's suppose you are having one machine, and in that machine you are getting lots of traffic. Okay, the traffic which you were not expecting in the beginning, but you are using auto scaling. Okay, so in that scenario it is going to adjust the, I can say, number of EC2 instances. Okay, so that we can understand it is optimizing the performance. Okay, now there are few components which we have to understand about the auto scaling. The first is auto scaling group, which is also known as ASG. Okay, so group of EC2 instances managed as a unit. Okay, and define the minimum, maximum and desired number of instances. So what we are going to do, so open our AWS console, then we will look for auto scaling group, then we will create the template, and as per the template, as you can see, the next thing which we are having is launch configuration or launch template. So as per the configuration or as per the requirement, we are going to launch the template, so that whenever it is needed, the machines are going to be add, or I can say going to be detached as per the requirement of the user, or I can say project, whatever we are working upon. So that's it for theory part. Now let's just open our AWS console and let's try to understand like how we can make this auto scaling thing practically in AWS platform. So as you can see, like I'm on my AWS console. Now let's just search for auto scaling groups. Okay, so it is saying auto scaling group. Now let's just click over here. Okay, in auto scaling group. So as of now we don't have anything, like it is saying create auto scaling group. So what we are going to do, let's just understand this first. Like Amazon EC2 scaling helps maintain the availability of your application, and it is saying auto scaling groups are collection of Amazon EC2 instances that enables automatic scaling and fleet management features. These features help you to maintain the health and availability of your applications. Okay, means we are just creating a group of instance, or I'm going to let like I can say after a few minutes. So first let's just click on this create auto scaling group button. But before that we are having this thing, like how it works. So initially, like we are having this minimum size, and it is just like adding two things like scale out as needed, and the desired capacity which we have decided, which was like two machines we were having, but these two machines are adding, extra. Okay, so this is how we can actually understand about the scaling up. Now click on create AWS scaling group. Now I'm just saying my scaling group, and then it is saying a launch template. Okay, means how the things are going to work. But before launching a template, we need to create a template. Okay, so now let's just create and launch a template. Okay, so now I'm just naming my template as my temp. Okay, and the version of your template, I'm just giving like temp version 1. Like randomly you can give any kind of version, it doesn't matter. You just have to give the version as per your I can say understanding. Okay, then everything will be like we are going to leave everything by default. Okay, now let's just add one template. So it is saying application OS images, or we can say AMIs, like Amazon Machine Images, and then we are having AMIs and the quick start. So we are having lots of things. Okay, so based on the I can say requirement we are going to use. So as of now, like I'm using Ubuntu machine, because using Ubuntu is quite easy. Instance type, if you want to include anything, like you can include, but make sure whatever you are including, everything should be in free tier. Okay, so I'm just choosing this free tier. Okay, keep your login, I'm just saying like don't include in launch template. Okay, network setting we are not including, we are just leaving everything as it is. Okay, then we are having security group. So if we don't have any security group, we can just I can say leave everything as by default. So I'm having this by default security group, and I'm just choosing that. And the storage we are going to leave as default. And now let's just click on create launch template. So as you can see, our template has been launched. Okay, so as you can see, our template has been launched. And if we look for the I can say actions, we are having launch instance from template. Means from this particular template we can launch the instance directly, we can modify the template, we can default, like we can do lots of things from there. But let's just go here and click over here, because we are just creating auto scaling group. Okay, and then everything, the information which we have entered but at the time of creation of template, everything is here in front of our eyes. Now let's just click on next. And now we have to choose like what exactly is going to be. But here we are just choosing everything like by default kind of. And now done. And again, like from here, from this particular option, everything is like optional. Okay, like we are just leaving everything. Now just click on skip to review, and then let's click on create auto scaling group. Okay, so we have just created one auto scaling group. Okay, and this group is kind of some kind of a thing by which we can actually do lots of things. Okay, so now inside this is auto scaling group. Okay, and we are having this template which we are having. And from here template, like if you click over here, you will go inside your EC2. Okay, so by just clicking over here, we are I can say coming on this, and from here you can launch the instance. So what we are doing, we are just creating I can say auto scaling group. In this, like whenever anything needed, like it is going to create the instance by default. Okay, so we are over here, and we can launch the instance from this particular template. So once we will click over here, we'll get few options. And once we will click over here, it is saying launch instance from the template. So now let's just choose the template. So we are having this template as my temp, and everything is by default. And it actually took all the things like which we I can say used over there. Okay, so we are just using everything like this. And now let's just click on launch. So we are just proceeding without the key pair and now launch instance. So if you'll see this instance, so this instance is a part of auto scaling group. So whenever you are using, these instances anywhere, like whenever it is needed, it is going to add some other instances as well. So as per our syllabus, it's kind of, more beginner friendly. I'm not going, I can say, very deep inside, so that you guys like will not be able to, get confused. I'm just keeping everything so simple so that you guys can actually understand like how these things are actually working properly. Okay, so I hope you guys have understood about the EC2 auto scaling feature and how we can perform or configure EC2 scaling auto scaling groups as well. So that's it for now. Let's meet in the next session. Till then, just take care of yourself. Thank you so much.